that all Jennifer Lopez had to do was marry a white boy Oscar winner for people to stop remembering that she had a gun in her pocketbook. She had gunshot residue on her hands the night that Natanya was shot. For all we know, that bullet came from the gun that was in her hand. And not once has she spoken for the betterment of that woman. Not once has she donated to her family or for her medical bills that she's still paying. Say something in her defense to stop Puffy from gaslighting her and trying to put hits out on her because he was afraid that maybe one day they would open the case and she still has the bullet fragments in her face. Like J-Lo has said nothing. I'm outside.
Yeah, you outside. Not like person. They not.
Recent developments in Diddy's legal troubles have significantly strained the already complex relationship between Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Reports indicate that Affleck has testified against Diddy concerning serious allegations tied to Diddy's past controversies. This testimony has further complicated the fragile dynamic between Lopez and Affleck, especially given Lopez's history with Diddy, which has been a point of scrutiny in their relationship.
Oh, it's just, I don't know. Every man she's been with has said the same thing, except for Diddy. Diddy's the only one that said she was a great girlfriend and how he wish he hadn't messed it up.
Now,
how is that the only man in her life that had regrets about their relationship, but everybody else ran for the hills? Like, it's not nobody noticing that. That everybody else that's left her, oh, she was too this, she was this, she was that. But Diddy said she was perfect.
maybe she was meant for the metal.
What happens if you're only perfect for the devil?
God.
What the does that make you?
Jaguar Wright, known for her candid remarks about figures in the industry, has weighed in on the situation, alleging that Jennifer Lopez might be trying to shield Diddy from legal repercussions. She questioned whether Lopez's marriage to Ben Affleck is an effort to distance herself from Diddy's escalating controversies. Despite these accusations, Lopez has yet to publicly respond to Wright's claims, which has generated considerable public interest.
For Lopez, when she's finally held accountable for the part she played in the harm that was put on Natanya Rubin's life.
Do you think they'll bring up charges on Jennifer Lopez?
They better. She committed perjury. And the attorney that was representing the defense side of that suborned perjury. Last time I checked.
Many are now speculating about a butterfly effect connecting Jennifer Lopez's career to Diddy's controversies. The resurgence of Diddy's legal issues has thrust Lopez back into the spotlight due to their past connection. Although Lopez distanced herself from Diddy years ago, their shared history, particularly the notorious 1999 nightclub shooting, continues to cast a shadow over her public image. With Diddy's recent arrest, the case has resurfaced, prompting many to reconsider Lopez's potential involvement or awareness of the incident.
This is J-Lo, aka Jenny from the block. Where she got the nickname from, I don't know. But it might have something to do with that whole club situation back in the late 90s involving P. Diddy and Shine, where someone ended up getting in the face. But my girl Jaguar Wright was actually speaking on the situation about how J-Lo tries to disassociate herself from situations like that and how Benny Medina actually removed her from P. Diddy and put her with someone new.
All Jennifer Lopez had to do was marry a white boy, Oscar winner. For people to stop remembering that she had a gun in her pocketbook. She had gunshot residue on her hands the night that Natanya was shot at that club. For all we know, that bullet came from the gun that was in her hand. And not once has she spoken up for the betterment of that woman. Not once has she donated to her family or for her medical bills that she's still paying, or say something in her defense to stop Puffy from gaslighting her and trying to put hits out on her because he was afraid that maybe one day they would open the case and she still has the bullet fragments in her face. Like J-Lo has said nothing.
Wright's theory suggests that Lopez may have thought that marrying Affleck could help her escape the shadow of Diddy's controversies. However, she indicated that this strategy might not be effective, given the seriousness of the charges against Diddy and the ongoing investigations. Wright's comments highlight a broader question: can Lopez successfully distance herself from Diddy's legacy while maintaining her public image amid such turmoil?
I thought that just running off and marrying Ben Affleck was going to take you out of the Diddy downfall.
Do you agree with Jaguar, or do you think it's just a coincidence? It's your boy Brian. Much respect.
The 1999 nightclub shooting, which resulted in both Lopez and Diddy being briefly jailed, has resurfaced in light of Diddy's current legal troubles. While Lopez was cleared of any wrongdoing at the time, the recent arrest has sparked renewed speculation about her involvement. Some reports indicate that both Diddy and Lopez could face further investigation into this incident, especially as Diddy's legal issues continue to escalate.
Wright told us that J-Lo is going to be investigated with Diddy. Jaguar Wright said that Diddy and J-Lo are both going to be investigated for the 1999 nightclub shooting where the victim said that Diddy pow-powed her in the face. Jaguar Wright said that there was a Law & Order SUV episode that was made depicting the truth about what really happened that night at the nightclub and who was all involved, and how a rapper was made to take the fall even though it really wasn't him, and how they tried to get this woman away from having to testify. And she said that this episode depicted the truth about what really happened that night, and then Law & Order SUV took this episode down and then scrubbed it. So I went ahead and did a little bit of digging, and I did find out that there was a Law & Order episode called 3 Dog Night, season 12, episode 9, that was inspired by Diddy's involvement in the shooting related investigation. So me being curious and wanting to watch this episode, I went ahead and did a little bit of research, and it said that I could watch the 3 Dogs Night episode on Peacock. So I went to season 12, episode 9, as you can see right here, and it says this is the episode called Gray. This episode is not the episode called 3 Dogs Night, which was honestly really weird, because why were they so adamant on taking this episode off the air? Jaguar Wright was saying that in this episode of Law & Order SVU that J-Lo was depicted as an actual accomplice and she was taking part in these crimes. So I went and did a little bit of digging because I found this super weird, and it said back in the day Lopez may have had a hand in Puppy's case, says an eyewitness. Jaguar Wright also said that in this episode that they were hiding the woman that was depicted to be J-Lo out, that way she wouldn't have to testify. And as you can see here, I pulled up another article. Lopez won't testify in Combs' gun trial. Jennifer Lopez says she will not take the stand at the weapons trial against former boyfriend and rap mogul Sean Puffy Combs.
As Diddy's controversies intensify, some speculate that Lopez is quietly maneuvering to safeguard her public image. Over the years, she has strategically distanced herself from Diddy, yet questions linger about whether she remains connected to him through ongoing legal issues. Public perception is vital for Lopez, and her silence regarding Diddy's arrest is being interpreted by some as a tactic to avoid any negative associations.
Still combing through the lawsuit with Diddy, and I come across this shit. And if you grew up in the 90s, you know what this is about. Mr. Combs shared that he is responsible for the pow-pow in the nightclub in New York City with rapper Shine. Yeah, Shine. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka J-Lo, carried the pow-pow into the club for him and passed him the pow-pow after he got into an altercation with another individual. This just aggravates the hell out of him. Mr. Combs consistently made it clear that he has immense power in the music industry and with law enforcement. Mr. Combs made it clear that his head of security, Fahim Mahab, Mr. Mahab is what they call him, has the power to make people and problems disappear. So we all know that Shine was 21 when he was convicted of murder, assault, and reckless endangerment, and he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Yes, 10 fucking. Diddy, on the other hand, got his charges dropped, stemming from the shooting. By 2003, Shine was dropped from Diddy's Bad Boy Records, and 1 year later, he publicly said Diddy betrayed him. And we all know, now this is from Vibe magazine. Now, after Shine was released, he went on a bunch of interviews, and one interview he did was Drink Champs with Noriega. And the conversation topic everybody wanted to talk about was the infamous 1990 shooting at New York City nightclub and the trial involving him and Diddy. Now, on numerous occasions in the past, rapper turned politician has spoken out against Diddy, his former CEO, and how he avoided prison time, while Shine did a bid for 10 years for his role in the pow-pow. However, he since had changed heart, revealing that he no longer holds a grudge against Diddy. Shine goes to say, I don't really blame him now as much as I did then. Shine explained to Nori and DJ EFM, because I did go through a stage of bitterness.
Lopez's relationship with Diddy, which spanned from 1999 to 2001, has faced ongoing scrutiny, especially in light of the nightclub shooting. Despite the years that have gone by, this chapter of her life continues to attract attention, particularly as Diddy's legal troubles escalate. Many are now questioning why Lopez has remained silent about Diddy's arrest, given the historical significance of their relationship and the possibility of new revelations emerging from the ongoing investigations.
We have lots of plans for Nuvo, for Fuse, and what we're going to do. It's going to be an exciting time. Did Puff call you and say congratulations? Or did he call you say, bitch?
He did email me and say congratulations.
He did?
Yes, he did. Yes.
All right,
and I know he, was in the bidding. I didn't know he was in the bidding until very close to the end. I had no idea that they were doing that. And I was kind of like, why is he doing that? Like, I was like, all of a sudden, it was just like, now he's just my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want my friend doing that. But at the end of the day, we got it, and I was very excited.
Congratulations, man.
So,
Ben Affleck's choice to testify against Diddy has introduced further complications to his marriage with Lopez. Sources suggest that Affleck's involvement in the case may arise from concerns regarding Lopez's connection to Diddy's legal troubles. Some speculate that Affleck, already uneasy about Lopez's past relationship with Diddy, found the recent allegations overwhelming. This discomfort could be a contributing factor to their rumored separation.
Lopez and Ben Affleck are officially getting a divorce. We heard the rumors, we knew it was coming, but now it's official. So J-Lo is the one that filed, and they have no prenup. She also filed herself without a lawyer. Date of separation is listed as April 26th. And obviously we know they got married in Vegas, but then they had that Georgia wedding. And today is actually the anniversary for the Georgia wedding. So she filed technically on her 2-year anniversary. Likely on purpose. Symbolism, you know what I'm saying? My opinion is I assume that this was pre-planned and everybody knew what was gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be like a shock to him. I'm guessing if she filed without an attorney, then they've already discussed what's gonna happen and they'll split up whatever they wanna split up. Likely there's not much to split up, right? They already sold their home. I'm sad about it. It was so exciting when it happened 2 years ago. I was like, oh, they're getting back together. No, I'm just sad. I just hope they're both happy. I hope everybody's happy. He was dropping off his daughter at college. He looked happy there, and she's been living life. I think everybody's happy. I think it's for the best. It's for the best. But wait, I just thought about it for a second. They have a movie coming out soon, and they allegedly have a movie coming out soon. And when they do, that press tour is gonna be another crazy press tour.
Although both have stayed largely silent about the reasons for their split, it has been suggested that Diddy's arrest and the reemergence of past controversies contributed significantly to the tension between the couple.
In the early Ben days, because there's the before Ben and then the now Ben, we actually have a soundbite from your 2002 album. You're talking about your relationship with him. Let's take a quick peek at that.
Boy. Feel like you have a partner, you know what I mean? Somebody standing by your side who supports you and is your best friend.
Nothing has changed. So
I say the same thing now.
But you feel that way about him now.
I do.
It's been rumored that they are not doing well, separating. He was photographed without his wedding band on, but then they've been seen together ever since. It wouldn't be surprising to me.
If they got divorced.
Yeah, if they just weren't doing well. And she liked something on Instagram that was very weird. It was like a
carousel?
Yes, of what you need in a relationship or something like that.
Okay, well, that's a tall tale sign.
Yeah, no, like a random Instagram account.
She's saving it for later.
Yeah. She's like, you gotta read this.
Yeah. And it was your partner doesn't spend time with you. It was all stuff like that. And she liked it. And I was like, J-Lo, what are you doing?
Well, maybe she needs to go back to her bodega and get to her roots and call.
Under mounting pressure, Lopez may be attempting to shape the narrative by distancing herself from both Affleck and Diddy at the same time.
51-year-old Ben Affleck is ready to call an end to his 2-year marriage, going as far as to claim the decision to tie the knot was down to temporary insanity. A source says that the star has come to his senses after previously being so in love with 54-year-old Jennifer Lopez that he could not think straight. While he has been spotted spending quality time alone with Lopez in recent days, he now feels his head is clear and he can move on. Quote, if there was a way to divorce on grounds of temporary insanity, he would, end quote. The Page 6 source said, quote, he feels like the last 2 years was just a fever dream, and he's come to his senses now and understand there is just no way this is going to work, end quote. Meanwhile, J-Lo is reportedly talking to Ben's ex-wife, Jennifer Garner, to prevent Ben from relapse.
What do you believe the future of the music industry will look like in light of Diddy's charges?
And the smear campaign has started. Jennifer Lopez's friends claim singer tried to salvage failed relationship, but Ben Affleck has a dark side to him. Has Ben Affleck been shitty in the past? Absolutely. But let's look at this current situation. Page 6 is claiming that he's been spotted at the Polo Lounge with Kit Kennedy, 36-year-old daughter of failed president hopeful Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The kind of big love Jennifer believes in is not in Ben's DNA. Ben has a darkness to him that no one can fix. His ex-wife couldn't fix it, Jennifer Garner. And then here's the quote from Jennifer Garner that they bring up, the old quote. When the sun shines on you, you feel it. When the sun is shining elsewhere, it's cold. He can cast quite a shadow. irreconcilable differences is what J-Lo filed. If Ben cheated, it will come out, and that man is for the streets. But I think she's trying to control the narrative and villainize Ben. I don't think she's able to take responsibility yet for showing those love letters. She really screwed.
Former Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight recently fueled speculation about Jennifer Lopez's past with Diddy, suggesting her current troubles may stem from that relationship. His comments have intensified public focus on the ongoing investigation, raising questions about whether Lopez could face legal implications as the case unfolds.
Jennifer, you think Diddy is guilty?
We know Cassie is involved in the federal case, but what about the other women? Could they be drawn into the federal case somehow?
Prosecutors have disclosed that more than 100 individuals have stepped forward with allegations against Diddy, creating a troubling portrait of his behavior during the peak of his career. Given these revelations, Ben Affleck's choice to testify has taken on even greater significance.
Record executive Suge Knight suggested that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's divorce was triggered by Lopez's appearance in tapes the FBI seized during a raid on Sean Diddy Combs' properties. Knight believes the FBI allegedly handed Ben Affleck tapes from the raid that implicate J-Lo in questionable activities. Jennifer Lopez and her management team were reportedly on high alert, holding crisis talks to strategize in case she gets entangled in the ongoing criminal investigation surrounding her ex, Sean Diddy Combs.
Lopez's decision to stay silent is particularly striking, especially as many people are eagerly anticipating her response to these accusations and her potential connection to them.
Expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter, no matter who the evidence implicates. These brave victims who have stepped forward deserve nothing less. The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us, with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities.
Public sentiment indicates that Lopez is striving to maintain control over her life and public image amidst the surrounding chaos. Her relationship with Affleck has faced intense media scrutiny, leading some to believe that Lopez is attempting to portray herself as a strong, independent woman taking charge of her narrative. However, with Affleck's testimony and Diddy's arrest, this endeavor may be more difficult than she initially expected.
Mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Major new allegations today of sexual assault and exploitation by Combs. For the first time, we are hearing about victims who say they were minors when they were allegedly assaulted by the music star. The youngest allegedly just 9 years old. The allegations were revealed today by attorneys representing more than 100 alleged victims who are preparing to sue. So let's bring in NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas right now. So Chloe, we know there is currently a press conference underway. We do have a live picture of that. Can you just walk us through these new allegations?
Rumors persist that Affleck's unease with Lopez's previous relationship with Diddy played a role in their separation. Regardless of the truth behind these claims, the timing of their split coinciding with Diddy's arrest undoubtedly raises questions about the impact these controversies had on their relationship. Did Affleck feel overwhelmed by Lopez's ties to Diddy? Furthermore, how will Lopez manage these turbulent waters as more information about Diddy's legal troubles emerges?
You guys know right now, Jennifer Lopez is also being blasted and called out everywhere because of the Diddy situation. As you guys know, years and years and years ago, they used to date. J-Lo was also in trouble because of a certain incident that happened with Diddy. You guys know what I'm talking about, I'm sure of it. Well, this new video is circulating, and check it out.
$10 says Ben Affleck knew this was all about to go down and that J-Lo was about to be indicted along with all the rest of them. And he said, I'm not going down for what you did in the 90s.
So yeah, people are talking about this, and pretty much is what she's saying is she thinks that Ben Affleck divorced J-Lo because of her history with Diddy. And Ben knew like all this stuff was about to go down, and he's like, yo, I'm not gonna be married to a woman who's connected to this, so peace out.
During a 2015 appearance on The Wendy Williams Show, Jennifer Lopez's mother, Guadalupe Rodriguez, openly expressed her disapproval of her daughter's past relationship with Diddy. When Wendy Williams jokingly suggested that Lopez might consider reconciling with Diddy, Guadalupe's response was immediate and straightforward.
Affleck actually recently walked away from J-Lo because these allegations were coming out.
And isn't there even some concern that, or proof that Pastor T.D. Jakes?
Well, I'm getting right there. So there's this big list that Diddy said, I'm not going down alone. Because Cat Williams went on a podcast a while back, and Cat Williams, who's a well-known comedian in the black community for a long time, he went on a podcast and basically just regurgitated all this information that was just so valid. And he said, all these people, you said you got God on one side and then you got the other side. And he said the other side, they're all going down in 2024. And he mentioned that he was offered $50 million 4 separate times to join in with these Diddy parties to basically be sodomized. And he turned it down every time.
To help his career.
To help his career, to bring his career to the next.
Seated in the audience, Guadalupe made a dismissive hand gesture and appeared to mouth the words "it's done," signaling her strong opposition to any future relationship between her daughter and Diddy. Lopez humorously confirmed her mother's sentiments, adding, "No, Puffy," referring to Diddy's former stage name. This situation raises an important question. How should the industry address the legacies of figures accused of serious crimes like this?
J-Lo's mama really knew best. Apparently it has surfaced that J-Lo's mama was never a fan of her and Puffy dating. Apparently there was this time that J-Lo was on the Wendy Williams show and her mom was in the audience, and Wendy asked J-Lo about it. She asked her about, ever rekindling that flame, and then you see J-Lo looking at her mom, who's clearly not happy about it, and they're kind of like mouthing stuff like, "I told you, he's done, he's out." Also, apparently this one detective recalled this time when Guadalupe, who's J-Lo's mom, showed up to the police station in search of her daughter. Her mom was like yelling in Spanish, and she was really mad at Jennifer, and Parker heard her say, "I told you not to get involved with." Lopez was released from custody after spending 14 hours in jail because this is when her and Puffy were at some club. Those were fired. Couple fled the scene. Police chase ensued, involved in those two getting arrested. Another time, J-Lo went on to describe her past relationship as saying, "I was in a relationship with Puff where I was totally crying, crazy, going nuts. It really took my whole life in a tailspin. I never caught him cheating, but I just knew. He'd say he was going to a club for a couple hours and then never."
That's a wrap for today's video. Be sure to stay tuned for our next one.